Well, tonight is the inaugural Decoded Fashion event in Dublin. So Decoded is spreading like wildfire in meetups all over the world, with major hubs in London, New York and Paris. So it's expanding rapidly, and I've been asked to be the host at the Dublin event. Absolutely thrilled that such a great turnout came tonight. We were completely sold out, and really interesting evening, I think.
When we first started Decoded Fashion, we were kind of seeing the fact that the fashion world and the technology world were very far apart. Although they were kind of trying to date, I guess, they didn't really know how to connect. So we're doing a fashion hackathon, and that's about solving problems of the industry. And we have 24 hours to hack apps that are going to actually answer to industry needs. And the way we do that is by having a panel of industry people talking very openly about what their problems are. So they might be talking about something like production or connecting with their consumer, and they have no idea kind of how to get from point A to B, whereas someone in the audience who is tech savvy or tech mind or developer can just be like, oh, we should just do that, and then that makes sense.
But the companies we have sort of in Wara are approaching it in a very different way. I think StorePal have a very interesting model in terms of, allowing sort of the local retailers to have access to the full stock from wholesalers, which traditionally they wouldn't have had. They would have had to make pre-selection choices in terms of what they believed were sort of the products they were going to sell. So with StorePal solution, suddenly they can have access to the full wholesaler. What WAN and 365 looks are doing as well is another sort of interesting model. The challenge for some of these companies is where is the revenue going to come from? A lot of them are very dependent on affiliate sort of revenue sort of from partners, and it's a very difficult area, and it's a very sort of crowded space. So in where we're always looking for someone who's approaching it maybe a little bit different and have a far clearer idea in terms of where the revenue is going to come from.
I think there are two paths, ways. One is a custom recommendation. You have to know the person, and technology offers the ability to know you and to track all what you do and offer you a custom recommendation. And the other is to implement technology in brick and mortar shops, because it will be a better user experience, and I think that is to mix the online and offline user experience.
I think the future is exceptionally bright. I think it's going to be incredible. It's going to be a massive sea change in the next 5 to 10 years. I think we're at the very beginning of this retail revolution. Some people think we're in the middle. I think we're right at the beginning. I think the opportunities for bricks and mortar retailers far outweigh the opportunities for the online only operators. I think the big guys that survive, the Amazons, the eBays, the Guilds, I think they're going to be okay. But I think the retailer who has a physical presence enjoys so many advantages over the bricks and mortar, the e-commerce only players. And I think if they embrace the technology and they're not afraid of it, and they take it into their hearts, I think they're going to do fabulous things in the next 5 to 10 years. But it doesn't matter whether you're a 500 square foot store or a 50,000 square foot store. I think the playing field is going to be leveled. Just be brave and embrace the change and have some fun with it. I think it's going to be an interesting time.
Fashion has been really resistant to embrace technology, and I think now it's a point of realization that working together is far more beneficial than shunning it. And some of the big fashion houses, the big luxury houses, have literally put their hand up and said, I'm not interested. That's no longer acceptable. And now we're looking at that filtering down into local boutiques, into independent providers. There is no option but to embrace technology, not to replace human interaction, but to become a medium for it.